What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Space City Rottweilers podcast. I am your captain, your host, Mr. Corey. And with me today, I got my girl.
What's up? What's up?
Got my girl JoJo back in the building.
How's
What?
it going, Corey? What's up, y'all? How are y'all? Well, I can't answer, but what's up, Corey?
It sounds good over here. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. Today's Wednesday, right?
Yeah,
It's been a good day so far, after work, hit the park for a little bit, and I came home, ate, relaxed. Now I'm here. But I've been good. I just got me a new plant. She's cute.
uh, now, man,
Uh-huh.
I'm horrible at plants.
I'm trying to have a little collection going because
I
that's how I figured I'm a design this room here with just plants and just make it super comfortable.
I may need you to help me get up on my plant game and be a better plant owner, dog. Cause I literally just had to throw away a big plant outside my door. I mean,
Damn, for
with,
real?
with it being so hot outside, I forget my whole problem is I forget the water. I forget the water
Yeah.
my plants. And then with this extra heat, man, my plant wasn't green no more, man. It was like a yellowish green. I was like, yeah, it's pretty much a wrap for this one. So I had to throw it away. But I think also what the problem was, the pot that I had it in, you
Hmm.
know how you have different pots. This pot didn't have the hose for the water to come out, so the water just was sitting in there. So maybe that has something to do with it
Oh.
too.
Well, there are some. I guess listen, and I'm not like a plant connoisseur like that. I'm really trying to get up on it because just like you're talking about that yellowish kind of plant you have, I have one sitting in the corner looking just like that. Because
Yeah,
I still haven't figured her out as far as how much to give her water or how less of water I'm supposed to give to her. She's still sitting over there, but I have these other two that are just flourishing right now. So
yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I need to get another. I know I need to repot this one, but it's just I don't know. I guess with time and you just kind of somebody told me that there's an app that you can like take a picture of them and
Uh-huh.
then they let you know what they need.
Oh
I
wow,
need to get that.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's out for everything these
that's
days.
what I'm saying. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
That's
think I think I done murdered like 3 plants so far. Uh,
damn.
that plant that was outside. Then I had a peace lily that died, and I think it just wasn't getting enough sun
Mm-hmm.
for the most part. And then I had ivory. No,
Mm.
I had the peace lily and some type of ivory or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I I'm just not good at plants, man. I think I just probably need to stick with dogs. At
Damn.
least I can get some type of feedback and actual communication with them with the plants. Just I might forget to water them.
Yeah.
It's,
But that's the thing. I think that's what I was trying to say. It's self-watering vases or vases that you can get, or that you don't have to like continuously water them because it'll just hold.
mm,
You know what I mean? So it's one of those things until they're fulfilled. But then the thing is, how are you gonna figure out when to go ahead and add more water to it? I
right.
don't know. That's something we got to work on, I guess. But what's been up with you? How you doing? How's your week been?
My week so far has been all right. It's been a little up and down. More so down just because here we are. Are we in the last quarter or are we in the third quarter of the year? Um, anyway, we towards the end of the year, man, and a lot of time has went by and has been wasted with the development with my property,
Mm.
with the builders that we were going with. We're gonna go a whole nother direction, and it's
Yeah.
probably a good thing just because they kind of been dragging their tails for whatever reason. But in the meantime, I had been able to like do something I should have did before. I started doing business with them, and I went and checked out some of the reviews on some of the stuff that the people had to say about them and their product, because we were going through a builder, but it was more so going to be like a manufactured home,
Hmm.
where they would build it in a warehouse, and then they'll just come and drop it off. And like how you've been on the interstate and you see the wide load truck with the
Yes.
trailer or manufacturing home on it. It was going to
Hmm.
be something like that. But I had you know amongst the well, in midst of me getting a little frustrated with them, I decided to deep dive and do a little bit more research on them, and the reviews just wasn't so good on like their product of the actual home. And once they drop it on your property, it's your responsibility, and
Right.
basically you'll be paying a mortgage on it. So you'll be paying a mortgage on something that you're not satisfied with, and you'll have to do repairs. And if it's this hard with, trying to get the ball rolling with them, just imagine once we got the thing, how hard it would have been to get in contact with them if we would have had problems. So
That's true.
we kind of just pulled out with them, and now we kind of back at square one, which might be, the best thing, because we'll be able to, have a little bit more control of the actual building of what we need, and
Mhm.
probably have a little bit more quality of, the products. But now it's just all that time has been wasted. But what can you do about that?
Right.
So,
Yeah. It sound well. Everything. I know people don't really like hearing this, but everything happens for a reason. So,
right,
and just like you saying that, you saw how the reviews were for them, and you're thinking that's good that that happened. Because something better will definitely come along. You
oh,
know what I mean? And like you said, you'll have more control over it. So I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like way bigger and better than what you already had your mind set on before.
right. And it was
It's
more so
coming.
it was more so of a bummer, just because I was, getting excited about the things that I had in store and in mind for the dogs to actually be there on the property, and be able,
Yeah.
be able to set it up like how I would want it, and how it can be, way more comfortable for them, almost like a resort for them, or a resort for dogs for where they stay. And we trying to expand and build up more, get more, um I guess, shoot, more dogs, more puppies in, uh
Mhm.
and to be able to manage and maintain them in the right type of area, and not so crammed, and just giving them more space and more activity for them to do.
Yeah.
Because my older dogs, they've been here, and I feel like they get a little bored now. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? So I'm constantly trying to find something new to do with them, and of course they love to walk, but it's hard walking all of them at the same time. And then with it being so hot, man, it's hard trying to get multiple walks in. If it's not early in the morning or late in the evening, there's no walking at all, because
Yeah.
just it's hot for me. So, and very hot for them, because dogs don't really sweat. That's why they pant a lot. So it's just really hard right now with the time of the year. So it's just trying to get all that in, but it'll come. It'll come. But other than that,
You know what, Corey? You may need to check out or try to go to like one of them parks though. Not really like doggy parks, but like a national park and just let them loose. You know what I mean? Let them stretch their legs and
yeah,
have a little bit more running around to do, and just to get that in, because I know you're ready for the new spot for them to be able to do all of that. But, in the meantime, that may be something. I don't know if you have yet or not, but that may be something.
yeah. I mean, that'll be something cool to do. But with them, they are getting a routine and a habit of wanting to always go to the park. And if we don't go to the park every day, then they'll pout, or what I mean. They'll stop eating, just because they like routine. You know what I mean?
Ooh,
So like
they're
if you
pretty like that.
like if you like they really strict on their routine stuff. Like if you switch up any type of routine on them, I guess it almost like stresses them out. I guess kind of like how we can relate that to what we were talking about with the plants. Like any
Mm.
slight little change could cause them to, you know what I mean, be a little upset or they'll pout. It's almost like kids in the summertime. You know, it's fun, 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 but as soon as the fall come around, it's back to school.
Yeah.
It'll be hard for them to go right back to school. They kind of drag until they get into the swing of things. So I feel like, you know, the park thing will probably be a good thing, you know, every now and then, but wouldn't want them to get accustomed to that and thinking that, you know, every day we finna go to the national park.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not every day, you
Yeah.
know.
And then, you know, they get real jealous. Like it's hard, you know, taking multiple dogs with you. So you take one and the other one, they might get mad like that and start, you know, digging holes or, you know, catching little temper tantrums. Cause I catch like my Chanel, if it's not her day to walk and I'm walking one of the other dogs, she'll let you hear it. She'll, you know, a little whine and then she'll start like a little, "Rrr," like a little bark or whatever, like almost cursing you out, like, man, take me. You know what I mean? And it's kind of funny.
Damn.
It's funny and cute at the same time, but it's just like it gets serious like that. You know,
They're petty, huh? I didn't know they were that petty.
man, those dogs have some personalities, man, and
I
it's just
see.
hey, when they want the shine on them, it's all about them. But yeah, but big announcement or two big announcements.
Ooh.
Um, puppies, a litter of puppies gonna be coming in a couple of weeks.
Ooh. Okay. Congrats.
Appreciate it. We are
Nice.
really excited about that, just because the the male dog who we got, man, this was a top dog, man. He's currently resides in Serbia, but you know he's been ranked world's best dog twice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He hit it in 2017 for sure, in 2015 if I'm not mistaken, and that is very rare. Most dogs hit it once. It's very rare
Mm-hmm.
for a dog to hit it twice, and so we kind of excited to see what that's going to turn out to be with because we paired him with Nala, and Nala's bloodline
Okay.
actually traces back to Serbia. Um, I know for sure it's no relations with them, but we liked what we saw in Zamba and we liked what we saw in Nala, and we decided to pair them and see what we get out of it. And this would be what you consider a outcross breeding, just because neither dog has any type of relations. And
Yeah.
most times when you do that, you never really know what you're gonna get. For the most part, you kind of pair the good traits for both dogs. But I know
Wait, how does that work?
what you mean.
You're pairing the two to have a litter. How, I mean,
So it's different.
you're sending
It,
stuff, material, or
it's different forms of breeding. Like you have outcross breeding when you get two dogs that have no relations.
mm-hmm.
Then you have something what you call line breeding, where both parents, somewhere along their genetics or pedigree or in their bloodline, they have a common relative. And it's different levels and different steps of uh, the commonality, if that's a word, in
Mm-hmm.
the generations. Like it can be as close as uh, half brother, half sister.
Mm-hmm.
Whether some parent, one of the parents, both dogs share. It could be same father, different mother, or same mother, different father. And like I said, it's different levels and different tiers of the line breeding. I'm still learning all the different ways myself. I know that they, they have some expertise who explain it in detail, and
Mm,
that'll be a whole episode in itself on the explanation of that. But that's kind of like how it's basically stacking all of the traits on top of each other in one dog,
mm,
and it's okay to do that. Um, then they have then you have inbreeding. Inbreeding is when it's two siblings of the same litter. That typically is not really a good thing to do unless you have really done your research and really like know what you're doing, basically, because that can turn out very bad. It's almost like if you was to have a child with your brother, you know what I mean?
mm.
How that child might come out, even though it's animals, it's different, but it's a lot of similarities in there. But you can do an inbreeding and have some success, but you really have to be knowing what you're doing with that.
Got it. But what the dog that's gonna be breeding with, you said Nala?
Yeah,
Where is he at?
he's in Serbia.
Right. So how are y'all gonna make that happen?
Well, it's
If
already
you're
happened.
if you're here.
Like she's pregnant right now, so it's already happened.
Oh, it's been in the works.
Yeah. So basically, what we did, we got a hold of some of his semen,
Mm-hmm.
and basically, since the semen was frozen, we had a procedure done. They surgically inserted the semen in her.
Oh, just the insemination.
Hmm.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Congrats.
appreciate it, man. So we just, very anxious and excited to see what these puppies are gonna come out to be. Still don't know the amount or how many she's gonna have. I'll probably be taking her back to the vet maybe next week or the end of next week or the week before. I mean the week after, and
Mm-hmm.
we'll have a better guesstimate on how many she might have because they'll be able to do X-rays uh, this time because when we confirmed if she was pregnant, they just did an ultrasound.
Yeah.
And then you have to wait, uh, basically kind of close to where it's almost close to delivery time because in the early stages, the puppies are still developing and bones and all this stuff haven't really been uh, formed, basically, and
Mm-hmm.
it won't show up on the X-ray. But now, like since we getting later on in the actual pregnancy stages, they'll be able to see spines and things of that such. So, and you can kind of count them if it's not a lot in there, but if there's lot in there, they can just guess because puppies can really just be stacked on top of each other.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah. So, her first litter, she dropped 11. So,
That
um,
was the first. Wait, was that the first set you handled, or was she? Who had the first set?
Nala.
Nala had the first set. Then Chanel. She
Hmm.
had the last batch.
So
Now
we
it's
had
back on
11,
Nala.
and then we had 10.
Now it's back on Nala. Ooh.
Yeah. Hopefully, because that 11 was woo.
Man.
But this has been a totally whole new experience for me, just off the simple fact of just using sperm and not doing a lot of
Yeah.
breeding. That I like the whole experience just with going back and forth to the vet, checking her levels and things of that such.
Mhm.
It's been a process all in itself, but I'm learning, and I enjoy the learning. Like I
Yeah.
mentioned it before, like I love to learn every day on how to be a better breeder, and the different ways of breeding is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Damn, I
Yeah,
would never. Well, but this is a whole new world for me too. I would have never thought that.
right, man. If I could go back in time and tell my younger self on the things that I know now, man, I probably my self back then probably told myself, not like, man, shut up. You know, I wouldn't have believed it. Like I didn't know like all this stuff is entailed in, breeding and raising dogs. I thought it was just a simple, you get two dogs and let them do what they do, and then boom, you got puppies. Nah,
Yeah.
it's a lot.
You kind of got a mastermind behind it, huh?
Who?
You technically,
Yeah.
like, trying to figure out what to do and how to take care of them. And I mean, yeah, just let them do what they do. But now it seems like a whole different ball game.
I'm still a young pup.
Yeah.
I'm young Simba in here, but
Ooh, and
my,
it's still growing.
yeah, my mane ain't grown all the way out yet, but I'm getting there. Cause I tell myself now, man, if I would have known I was gonna be doing this, I would have majored in agriculture back then at Southern. I mean, cause basically whatever I would have learned in agriculture, I could apply to all this.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, dang.
Yeah, I ain't going back to school, so
I know, thinking back, thinking back on times.
I ain't going back.
Mm-mm.
But it's all good. And then
Damn.
our second announcement, we have a new member to the pack.
Ooh, new member alert. New
Yeah,
member alert.
yeah,
Okay.
young
What you got, a
Zoe.
male or a girl?
It's a female.
Yeah.
Yeah, young Zoe.
Oh, that's a cute name.
Yeah, Zoe. She is 3 months old.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Saturday making 2 weeks that I've had her.
Mm-hmm.
So she been chilling. We've been getting acclimated to each other.
Yeah.
She hasn't been able to really formally introduce herself to the other dogs in the yard, just for safety precautions. Uh, we had to take her to the vet and make sure that everything was squared away with her and with her health and stuff. And fortunately, she picked up some type of parasites and worms that we're trying to
Yes.
get rid of before we introduce her to the yard, because that could be something she could pass along to the other dogs, and then I'll have a yard full of sick dogs. And then, of course, with Nala being pregnant, that'll be a real big no-no. So just letting her get healthy before she can, go hang with the rest of the pack. Kind of
Yeah.
sucks because I hate having to isolate her away from everybody, but I still show her love and let her get her time in, and get. She seemed to have really gotten acclimated with being here, because at first it just, like we talked before about the traveling thing. Because my first experience with ground shipment, because we.
Yes. Talk about that. What
Yeah.
was that like?
I mean, for me, all I had to do was just wait. You know what I mean? Because she came all the way from California.
Mm.
So she traveled, I'm gonna say, at least 3 days on the road. Uh,
Really?
I'm
They
not.
stretch it like that?
Hmm.
They stretch it like that?
Um, I'm saying 3 days. It might have been 2.5, but I mean, she came all the way from California, and I'm pretty sure they weren't just gonna drive straight here. From there, I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
that they had stops and all that stuff. And then I didn't really know too much about the whole actual traveling process. They probably could have had other dogs that they was dropping off on the way here or whatever, because like I told you before, uh, with the whole flying thing, it's kind of hard right now with the time of the year, and then with the COVID. So it probably was more dogs basically. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So I don't really know. I just, I didn't really ask all those questions because it wasn't really my business. Oh, hey, how many dogs you dropping off? You know what I mean? Maybe that's something I can talk to him, talk to that particular breeder about, at a later date. But, I just was, anticipating her arrival and getting her here and getting her acclimated to being here. But she's very, very lovely, I should say. She has good personality.
Mhm.
They've
She
done a hell of.
she oh my bad.
Huh?
Is she chill? Is she a beat? I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, you good. She a puppy, so it's a little bit of all that. Where she came from, they must have done some training with her, some type of training, and
Mm-hmm.
they did a hell of a job because she's in a nice sized crate right now. She doesn't necessarily use the bathroom in the crate, which is shocking. You know what I mean? Because puppies sometimes their bladders are small, so they can't really hold it. And she does a good job with not really using the bathroom in her. I don't want to say a crate because it's kind of bigger than what you might think a crate is. It's like almost like a kennel cage on wheels, basically.
Mm.
Uh,
Okay.
she does good in that. She listens. She sits on command. Like she already knew all that before she came to me. It seemed like because when I got her, I tell her to sit, she just sit.
Oh
Uh,
wow.
she loves when it's time to eat. She gets a little excited when it's time to eat. Like she jumps, turns around. Uh,
Oh.
Caught her chasing the tail one time. It was pretty funny because you see that on TV all the time. I never really seen a dog chase the tail.
Yeah.
Pretty funny, but she's very cute, man, and very loving.
I want to meet her.
Yeah, for sure. She still has, like I said, to get healthy with getting rid of the parasite and the worms. She goes back in what, couple of weeks. They're gonna check her out, make sure everything else is good. Then I think she gets one last round of booster shots because she was vaccinated before I got her because anytime a dog is traveling, they have to have their shot and have some type of health records. But it's really up to you. But the vet always recommend that you go ahead and just for your uh, what I want to say, for your conscience, they say we can go ahead and give them a booster shot or give them another round of shots just in case where they came from they kind of made it up like they got the shots or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They recommend to just go ahead and give your dogs some more shots just for your records and just so you'll have something to really go off of
Mm.
your own uh, knowledge of when your puppy got your shot. So anytime you get a puppy, uh, you know, I always recommend taking that puppy in as soon as you can, as soon as possible when you first get your puppy, regardless of if you know the breeder, if they're your relative or your best friend or whatever. Just go ahead and get your own records and your own thing started with your pet, with your dog. You don't
Yeah.
want to wait, and what I mean. Do you really trust other people with an investment that you had? Because sometimes people forget. Sometimes people mess up. It's not always about people trying to get over on you, or you know what I mean. Some people just, oh man, I forgot that they were supposed to go get these shots, or it could have just been simply the week that you picked up your dog, they were due for another round of shots. You know what I mean? Because
Mm.
most breeders let their dogs or puppies start going home around 7 to 8 weeks, but that's not always the case. Some dogs, stay with breeders for 6 months, years or whatever. So you just always want to make sure that once you get your puppy or get your dog, that that their health is up to par.
What all shots do they need to get? You said booster shot, and then what else?
Well, the booster shot is basically, so they go through different rounds of shots. Um, I'd be lying if I sat here and told you that I know the names of each and every shot, but I know at a certain point they get their rabies shots.
Mm.
They get a shot for parvo, and Rottweilers are very prone to catching parvo. Parvo could basically kill your dog if they, catch parvo, and they get parvo by coming in contact with feces of another infected dog, and puppies, they always getting into stuff,
Yeah.
and they can get real sick, really sick, and end up dying from that. Um, the other names of the other shots, I would have to have all that in front of me, but those are the main ones that I know off the top of my head. And as far as the worms and all this stuff, they go through different rounds of deworming where they, they uh, give them some type of antibiotic in order to kill worms, because it's common for puppies to contract worms.
Yeah.
But most of the time, mom passes it through birth or through the milk, and you're supposed to deworm your dogs 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. I think it skips 5 and go to 6, and I think it goes from 6 to 8. I've seen people go have different weeks because your vet say, "Oh, you can skip this weekend. You can just come back the next week." Some people do every 2 weeks. Some people do 2, 3, 4. You know what I mean? So it's just up to you. Some breeders deworm. Some people deworm. I mean, some breeders deworm, and some breeders administer shots themselves. Everybody doesn't necessarily go to a vet, because if you have a lot of dogs, the vet visits can get a little expensive.
Well, wait a minute. You said every 2 weeks, so for the most part, they have these worms. Like you said, it's common. So they will have these worms, or this is just an event that they do happen to get them.
It's more than likely that they're going to catch them,
Mm-hmm.
because it's just part of the process. Just think about when a baby is born,
Mm-hmm.
like coming out of mom in a protected environment, and now you're exposed to so many different things. When you're out in the world, you can contract anything. You know what I mean? It's because it's
Yeah.
very very important that until your puppies get their first set of shots, that you don't expose them to anything.
Mm-hmm.
Wherever they are born, you keep them there up until they get their first set of shots, and everything has to be very clean, very sanitized. They can't come in contact with any other dogs. Uh, you know, Keeping them in the area where they are, it has to be clean. If they defecate or urinate, you have to clean that up uh, almost immediately. So when puppies are born, it's kind of like all day, every day, up until a certain point. And depending on how many puppies you have, it's a lot of work that go into it. And that could be an answer for why are your prices a certain way, because it's not just about breeding and birthing these dogs. You got to take care of them. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you have to pay these breeders for their time and you know what they're doing to make sure that these dogs are healthy.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Well, it's a process there. I mean, have you been? I know you said you haven't really had her out there to meet the rest of the pack, but have you been taking her outside
Oh yeah,
or kind of play in the grass and stuff like that when she goes to use it?
yeah, definitely. She has her own little area in the front yard where she goes and does her thing. And I've shown them her, like I've held her and held her up over the fence because they all come to the fence, like
You
they
hit him with the Lion King in like intro, the announcement to everybody, the introduction.
basically. Basically, and they all know that she's there, because she'll even like go to the fence and lay next to the fence, and I'll look over the fence and somebody's standing there, and they do all the sniffing and communicate.
Aww.
They communicate. You know what I mean? It's just they can't necessarily come in contact with each other right now.
Yeah. Aww.
Yeah, it's
I
cute.
can't wait to meet her.
It's cute, but like I said, I don't want her to feel like that she's not a part of the group. So hopefully when she goes back for her checkup, she'll be ready to go.
Yeah. She'll be good. She just needs a little time.
Yeah,
I like your announcements though. Okay.
yeah, man. Big
I
thing.
like your announcements.
Big things coming. And see, this is why I need to hurry up and get my stuff together at this property, man. Because it'll be many more uh, new members to the pack, man. Once we up and rolling, I just don't want to. But for one, I can't have so many dogs over here at the house. I get in trouble with my homeowners association.
Mm-hmm.
And for two, it's just I don't I'm not trying to have a puppy mill. I want these dogs to be comfortable, like that. These are members of my family, and they need to be able to roam free and do what they do and just be dogs. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like for Zoe, for instance, like I hate having to have her caged up and isolated. You know what I mean? She should
Yeah.
be in the yard ripping and running and playing, and possibly giving the older dogs some more youth and some energy to. Oh, we got a new member.
Yes.
She has all this energy. Let's keep up with her. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And then they'll teach her all the bad habits to piss me off, or look, this what you do. You know what I mean? Because I've seen Nala set up Bruno when he was a puppy, and Chanel fell right in line, and it's they almost like kids.
I was just about to say I can't wait to see what Nala's gonna end up teaching her.
Yeah, and
Because you know what I mean? So that'll be nice. Aww.
it's gonna be kind of cool because I've already seen Chanel kind of take Nala's lead, basically. Like Nala's the leader of the females, so like
Mm-hmm.
whatever Nala says and does, Chanel would go and do it. So now we have another female. So we're gonna see, and I want to see like how they will accept her into the group.
I know there's
What,
another female.
what
And I
they
know Bruno, I wonder how Bruno's gonna be acting, if he's just gonna be chill and just peep game and let them do their thing, or if he's gonna want to just be playing around and be playful too.
probably a little bit of both. I'm noticing a shift and a change in Bruno a little bit. He,
Yeah.
he's stepping into his mature years. He still antagonizes the girls every now and then when he wants, when he wants to play or whatever. But he's kind of been, uh, I guess, stepping into puberty or whatever, however you want to call it. But
Yeah.
he different. I don't even know. I don't even necessarily have the exact thing what's going on with him, but I noticed a little shift and change with him. Like he just turned 3 in July, so he kind of stepping into his grown man years a little bit.
Damn, what is he doing? What are you noticing that's different? Is he just laying back, just chilling, or
I don't know. It's more like his body language and his vibe a little bit. Like he kind of is like sticking his chest out a little bit more. He,
mm,
he, he had
oh
he has a lot more confidence about himself.
yeah.
Uh, is I'm not little Bruno. I'm not a puppy no more. You know what I mean?
Mm.
I'm the leader of the pack. You know what I mean? Y'all follow my lead. What y'all doing? I'm checking.
Snap.
I'm checking y'all. What y'all doing? Don't do that. You know what I mean? Let me get up in here and see what y'all doing.
Oh no, he's acting like that. Wait, that kind of scares me. Don't
No,
let me go in the backyard.
no, it's nothing like aggressive. Like it's just him stepping into himself. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
having that confidence. Basically, it seemed like he has a lot more confidence in himself.
What's it for him?
Yeah,
Bruno. Wow. Dogs, man, and their personalities. So much you can learn
right. Like
about just life itself, really.
it kind of make me want to have a lot of more dogs just to get all the different personalities of each
Whew.
individual. Like it's kind of like I don't want a dog that has the same personality per se. Like all their temperament should be good to where like they're very sociable. Like they're good around people, good around kids.
Mm.
I don't want no like aggressive dog or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I want a dog. I want to see like bougie side, uh, a badass, like always getting into some.
Mhm.
The tattletale dog, you know what I mean, stuff
Oh
like that.
my gosh.
Like I'm curious, like do the personalities go that deep, or is it just what I mean, you get a few different traits, or you know what I mean, because parents can actually pass along traits. Like if a parent is chill or whatever, they can pass that along to their dogs. Some people that that's in some people's breeding program. You know what I mean? Like they might have a whole kennel of just very chill dogs. So like if you breeding chill dogs to another chill dog, what you think the puppy's gonna do? You know what I mean? Be real chill. Like you can pass a lot of things, personalities, traits, looks on to your puppies. And that's what a lot of people you know what I mean, real breeders who do their studying, that's what they breed for. Like most people just go off of the substance level of just how the dog looks and how big it is, you know what I mean? But
Mm-hmm.
it goes a little bit more deeper into that once you get into like experienced breeders and breeders who know what they're doing and know what they're looking for. Some breeders might not necessarily care for like the big dog look, but they like the smaller dog, or the more medium sized dog of the breed, just because they using this dog for things that might require them to have some type of agility to them. Like if it's a big dog, they might not be able to jump and leap over certain things. You know what I'm saying?
Now, is there something that we should just ask as people who are looking for dogs? Is like, oh, I want a playful dog, but I also want a chill dog. But if I go for a run, I want that dog to be able to keep up with me. Do you have that? Like, is that something that we should be asking, or is that something that dog breeders themselves would just have that readily available to where we can look into that whenever we want to? Or is that where we just give them a call and see what's up?
It's
You know?
more it's more so you knowing what you want in your dog,
Hmm.
telling the breeder what you're looking for, and then
Okay.
the breeder can give you some feedback on like, okay, uh, this particular litter might not be for you, just because of the personalities of the parents, or if the puppies are already born, like you can see what the temperament is of the puppies in the litter, uh,
Yeah.
and they'll be able to tell you like, um, I don't necessarily have a dog that fits what you're looking for right now, but me knowing what you're looking for now, I do have another litter that's on the way, and
Mm,
possibly what you're looking for might be in this litter. You know what I mean? Like
got it.
you, as a person that's buying a dog, you should already know what you want in your dog,
Hmm.
or what you're looking for in what you want your dog to turn out to be. That should be like, if not number one of the top two or three things that you should have already made up in your mind when you're about to get a puppy. Know what you're looking for in your dog. Know what you want. Know what you want your dog to look like, how you want it to behave, and what you plan on doing with that dog. Some people just need a companion. Some people want to breed. Some people might want a service dog. Some people just want a dog just to show off or whatever. I wouldn't necessarily recommend getting a dog just to show it off, but everybody has their own reasons for getting a dog. So I mean, you know what you want, you know what you're looking for, and that might have you looking at different breeds of dogs. Like this particular breed might not be what you want, because all the traits and all the things that you are looking for or possibly need, it might be in a whole nother breed of a dog. You know what I mean? So that have you, do your research, go, deep dive and look up, the different things of these different breeds might have. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I always thought it was more so, oh, I want a dog. Let me go on down the who sells the dogs? PetSmart or Petco? One of those, you know. Let me go get a dog. No, but it seems like for the person who's looking to get the dog, there's a little bit more research that you would have to do. Like you said, figure out what you want, figure out what you would be able to handle, figure out how you would be able to take care of the dog. Of course, that should be priority, but you know, it's just other stuff that goes into it as opposed to, okay, I want a dog, let me go on down. So if you want something that's a little bit more chill, you may have to wait for that chill dog until that litter comes.
Right.
I wasn't even thinking about it like that.
Right. Well, each dog was created for a reason. You know,
Yeah.
like
Mm.
has created these dogs for a reason. Like most dogs had a job, and that was the
Yeah.
whole reason why they were made and created. I mean, because all of these dogs come from different geographical places. You know what I mean? That's
Mm.
how you got a certain look. And, the reason why these dogs have the different personalities, traits, and characteristics that they have because their ancestors was created for whatever reason. And, sometimes you might be able to figure out what that dog job was just by the name of the dog. You know what I mean? Like a pit bull, for instance. A pit bull was used uh, to take down bull, basically. Like what's that? Was that the Romans where they like had like the gladiator fights and stuff like that?
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Uh, I can't necessarily remember off the top of my head where this was. I want to say it was somewhere in Europe, in the European countries, where like the pit bull terrier or English bulldog or anything when you hear bull, it has something to do with a bull. Actually, that dog was used something bull related, and it was
Mm-hmm.
like they would, it was almost like a football game. You know what I mean? They'll have like three dogs and one bull. And the job, whoever won the match, if the bull ended up killing all of the dogs, then the bull won the match. But then the bull
Okay.
was able to take down the bull.
Mm-hmm.
Then the Bulls won. Of course, after a certain while, these this stuff was frowned upon, and it was not necessarily needed anymore. So like that put the bulldog or anything bulldog, pit bull, whatever, without a job and without something to do. So like that's how some certain dogs go extinct, and then that forced pit bull owners and bulldog owners to breed certain traits out of the dog. You know what I mean? Like pit bulls and stuff like that get bad reps in the media and all that stuff, but it's not necessarily the dog's fault. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
whoever that dog fell in the hands of. But a lot of that stuff had to be bred out of those dogs because this stuff was going on in like the 1800s, 1900s, whatever, long time ago. So like they had to, like I said, breed some of that stuff out of those because that was that dog's job. That's why they had those dogs because you know what I mean for the bull games.
Yeah.
And like Rottweilers, they'll be under the working class. That's why you have to keep them entertained and exercised and keep their mind stimulated because in their mind they have a job to do. They're supposed to be doing some type of work. You know what I mean? Herd,
Yeah.
herding cattle or you know uh, they were the butcher dog. That was a nickname that they had over in Europe. That was the butcher dog, where like they had the satchel money for the butcher or whatever. And, you know what I mean? They had some type of job basically. So it's not just getting this dog because it's cute. You know what I mean? You might get a cute dog, and once you get that cute dog home, it's running up the walls just because this dog needs to exert its energy in different type of ways.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Tearing up your couch cushions.
Right.
Yeah. Whew, I'm learning a lot.
Huh?
I said I'm learning a lot.
Oh yeah. I'm learning to. I'm learning to each and every day. I dedicate some time and some study time, and I revisit a lot of things just because I might have missed something. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just trying to be a better breeder because I want to give the people good product and good dogs and good education and good knowledge, and I want to be a resource, and you know what I mean, answer questions, and I want to be able to know what I'm talking about, and have the confidence to be able to give that out to people, because I mean, I don't plan on being selfish with none of this stuff.
That's good. I mean, you're doing a good job so far, just continue doing what you're doing. It can only get better. But I like that. That's what's up, Corey. Okay, Corey.
Sure. For sure. But to all my listeners, if you are interested in possibly getting a puppy, hit me up at 281-299-8998. If you might have some questions, you might be thinking about getting a dog, getting a new puppy for your home, or if moving into a new home and you finally get in that yard and you finally able to have a dog and put it in a situation where the dog is gonna have a good life. We still have some slots available for people to reserve the dog, and when I mean reserve, uh, a deposit is required just to lock in your spot. Uh, I've already had some people reserved a few puppies. Seemed like a lot of people want males this litter. Uh,
Mm.
like I said earlier, I don't really know how much or how many I have as of right now, and I still won't know how many of which sex I will have until they're actually born. But let's just say, this litter may not be necessarily male heavy, but you put down your deposit. Well, your deposit rolls over into my next litter. So your deposit is good until you get your puppy. So have no fear. You put a deposit down and you might change your mind. You might want to wait. Like I said, your deposit is good until you get your dog. We'll give you a receipt, for your records. You can always reach out to me. If you have any questions before you decide that you want this dog, I'm here. You can always check us out on any of our platforms for any content. Been utilizing YouTube a little bit more, just with the on the visual side, and a little bit more lengthy videos. So we're trying to build up the YouTube channel a little bit. So you can always go check us out on that, like and subscribe. And of course, all of our social media platforms on Instagram and Facebook, Space City Rottweilers. Um, of course, if you're listening to this, you already know about the Space City Rottweilers podcast. Appreciate you for checking us out. Go ahead and subscribe if you're on an iPhone. Go ahead and put up that podcast app and just subscribe. That way you in tune with us anytime we got a new episode. You never know, we might have some surprise guests, some surprise things, some surprise giveaways, and just some good stuff to talk about. You know what I mean? Keep y'all interested and keep y'all locked in. And like I always say, if you looking for we looking for feedback. So if you got any kind of questions or any type of topics you want us to talk about on here, feel free to holler at me. Um, Hit the
Yes,
email
sir.
up, spacecityrottweilers18@gmail, and just come be a part of the crew, man. You know,
Be a part of the community.
yeah, for sure.
Ask us questions. Go ahead and drop a comment in the YouTube. On YouTube, drop a comment for us.
For sure. I'm trying to think of what would they call the people at the space station.
What you mean? The people that work there? The
Yeah,
command center?
Yeah, the command center. Come be a part of the command center. You know what I mean? The whole
Yeah.
Bay City family. I mean, because we are all family. You know what I mean? If you support us, we appreciate it, and we all are packed in ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But so anything you got going on, you want the people to know about?
Mm, not really like that. Not like that. I mean, in due time with my dog.
Yeah, we
But
gotta get that nice big house with,
yes,
with a big yard for your
yes.
dog.
I have my little pup running around in the back.
Yeah, have access to the park from your backyard. Your backyard is a park in itself.
Yes, absolutely. Landscaping.
Yeah.
Yes,
We'll be,
absolutely.
I'll be bringing all of my pack over there to your nice side yard, coming over to play.
They can come through. They can come through, but no, not really anything like that. That I would like to share.
It's
I
all
mean, in due time.
okay. Well, shoot, we're gonna wrap it up. Appreciate y'all for checking us out. Please continue to listen, look for us, support us, let people know. If you know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody who might be interested in getting a dog, holler at me.
Yes,
I'm here.
yes. If you
But
know
again,
anybody that knows somebody, send them our way, to
yeah,
Corey's way. Space City Rottweilers.
you already know.
Thank you for joining us, you guys.
Oh yeah, much love, much love. This your captain. Uh, we about to land this ship, and we over and peace.
Bye, you guys.